world has been bombarded by inflation, and Pakistan is no exception to this. Rising costs have rendered every class of society to worry, with the most notable example of such being a sharp increase in the cost of electric bills. Aside from this, the prices of petrol, flour, sugar and other foodstuffs have skyrocketed to heights never seen before. The rate of the rupee against the dollar has reached a point where it's become out of control. And when it comes to gold, it would be better to be blissfully ignorant, as the rate of this had been a byproduct of the quest for Hakiki Azadi. While the risks of dealing with unbridled inflation cannot be denied, as a matter of fact, it wasn't always like this. In order to expand on this, we need not go far back. It was only a matter of 5 years ago when the economic scope was on a completely different parallel. Let's travel back to the period of 2013 to 2018. Believe it or not, there was a time when flour had retailed for a mere 37 rupees per kilo, when petrol had retailed for just 71 rupees per litre, when a unit of electricity was billed to consumers and businesses alike for just 7 rupees, when a US dollar was worth 105 rupees, when the Pakistan Stock Exchange had reached an all-time high of over 55,000 points, and when Pakistan was well on its way to join the G20 group of countries. There was a time when conventional basmati rice retailed for just 48 rupees per kilo and exceptional quality rice retailed for 76. When sugar had been sold in the market for 55 rupees per kilo and chicken 153 rupees per kilo. Indeed, this was the same time that gold was sold for 51,000 rupees per tola, and when inflation reached the lowest level it had seen since the 70s and a mere 2.53%. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to discern the men behind this progress. How could one forget about the architect behind all this in Nawaz Sharif, and the executor of this in Ishaq Dar? This had been the very same Nawaz Sharif who thrice had been elected as Pakistan's premier and thrice had been ousted from completing his tenure. The very same Nawaz Sharif who brought Pakistan to infrastructural heights, and the same Nawaz Sharif who built the nation's motorways, the nation's metro buses, the nation's Orange Line train system, and had brought the Republic out from the depths of load shedding. This had been the same Nawaz Sharif who had implemented the CBAC project, and the same Nawaz Sharif who had made the country into a harbour of nuclear power. This had been the same Nawaz Sharif whose tenure inflation reached the lowest depths of the country's history. But it had also been the very same Nawaz Sharif who had been ousted due to the ill-fated wishes of a select few. These select few have only managed to put the country into a spiral of disintegration and malfunction. Since their arrival, little had come under stabilization. These had been the same few who had said after Imran Khan's selection, وَتُعِذُّ مَن تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَن تَشَاءُ. In this era of hyperinflation, Imran Khan's architects should not be forgotten. These had included not only the then evasive establishment, but also the former judiciary, members of the present judiciary, and some media houses. Do not forget to thank these select few when you receive your hyperinflated bills in the future. Now, the choice is all yours.